Hasan Piker is getting canceled for buying a nearly $3 million home. So this is the home that he just bought. People on Twitter are just losing it over him buying this house. Basically, they're calling him a hypocrite. They're saying that him buying the house goes against his leftist ideology.
True, I guess.
And he could have spent the money on helping the homeless or something of that sort. Another reason people are calling this hypocritical is because Hasan constantly has a lot to say about other rich people and how they spend their money. Basically, people are saying he can't be criticizing them for spending their wealth in these lavish ways when he does the same exact thing. Personally, I think he can spend his money however he wants. Like, if he wants to buy a house, let him buy a house. But I understand why people are calling him out for it.
Wow, Hasan Piker is getting... let's see what we got here. Hasan Piker. House. Oh, look, it's one of the top ones. Wow, this is a long thing. I'm probably not going to watch that. Socialism equals no house. That's what his response was. It's a little too long. These are such long, long things. I mean, like,
Hasan.
it's see, this is what I'm talking about. Before I was talking about how, like, politics is... I was talking about this before. People from the political YouTube side like to criticize, like, what the hell am I saying? The drama side of YouTube. But, like, it's not political drama. I mean, excuse me, not politics and drama. It's political drama and, like, normal drama. Right now, you have fucking Tim Pool and Hasan bitching and moaning about Hasan buying a really expensive house. You know what I mean? It's like, is that politics? No, it's fucking drama. Now, do I think that, like, do I think it's kind of hypocritical? Yeah, I think it's hypocritical to spend $3 million on a house, especially if you're going to criticize the rich, right? Like, Hasan doesn't just talk about how rich people don't pay enough taxes. He's of the ideology that, like, rich people just fundamentally shouldn't exist, right? But, like, who gives a shit? You know what I mean? I mean, like, did we expect anything different? Listen, Hasan is somebody who grew up, never really struggled. His fucking uncle gave him his job, basically, and he's never worked a real job, and he made a lot of money pandering to kids that also grew up in a similar way. Like, what, you know what I mean? Okay. Okay, you know what I mean? Like, he bought the house. It's kind of, like, hypocritical. You probably could have spent less money on a house, been more reserved. I mean, if you have that much money, it probably would have been better and more aligned with your ideology to set up your own charity service to try to help people out or something in some capacity. I don't know, like, buy a compound and let people live on it or something. You know, I don't really know. Help the homeless? I don't really know. I'm not a socialist. But, you know... This isn't politics, guys. This is just political drama. And I would watch some of it, but, like, dude, do you see how long these videos are? Look at this. Look at this. Oh, he watches
Leftist, progressive,
of course.
Socialist, Twitch streamer and political commentator.
Let's see what he has. I'm going to watch like a minute of
has
it.
purchased himself a nearly $3 million home in West Hollywood.
Nice,
and boy,
nice.
are leftists angry.
I will say I like the mullet.
You know, when I heard that a socialist made
Let's
all
play
this
this a little
money,
fast.
super rich, and was going to buy themselves this massive mansion, you know, I thought to myself, oh, congratulations, Hasan. Wow, that's really impressive. The guy works really, really hard, and he deserves it. Hasan streams.
Well, that's not what he thought at first. What he thought was like, oh, I get to jump on some drama. That's what he really thought.
Like 8 or 10 hours every day, and that's no simple feat. You know, I work around 12 to 16 hours every day. The first video that I publish goes up around 10 a.m., but I begin the research and work around 8 a.m., and then we finish and wrap up the final show around 11 p.m., so I certainly understand what it is to work and talk nonstop and do this stuff all day, every day.
I mean, like, yeah, you could do a lot of work, but, like, this guy's not working 16 hours straight. Like, one of the good things about content creating is you get to, like, break it up throughout the day. So, like, I'll work all day, but I'm not really working. Like, I'll sit on the computer, I'll do some editing, I'll play some games, I'll do the... People aren't working... You're not working 16 hours a day. Like, you're working throughout the day from, like, 16 hours... But, like, you're not doing it all in one shot. You know what I mean? Like, hey, I wake up, I do research in the morning, then I take a shit and I eat breakfast. I go out with my family, I hang out with my kids, I do this, I do that, I get home.
And so, congratulations to Hasan for grinding and proving, with hard work, determination, talent, and all that stuff, you can be successful. And I'm going to say it outright, not facetious at all. You are allowed to be a leftist and successful. This idea that you want to promote universal healthcare or that you want to promote social programs means that you can't be wealthy is just a stupid trope. It's dumb. I don't even think conservatives, for the most part, embrace that idea. Right now, in response to Hasan buying this massive home, there are a few questions that arise.
I just want to know what Hasan has to say.
Hasan as an individual, because he's just another political commentator. But I'm interested in talking about the response to him buying this home, because you're getting, for one, Breitbart wrote an article, and it seems to be criticizing him for being a rich socialist, which, we'll talk about what that means, and I do think there's some potential contradictory issues there. But then you have leftists that are piling on and saying he should be spending this money on mutual aid and activism and programs to help the working class. Instead, he's enriched himself. But I think you need to understand that when it comes to capitalism or free enterprise, when it comes to socialism...
Bro, it seems like this motherfucker's getting in the nitty-gritty, which is something that you don't usually see.
The political spectrum,
is it? What the fuck?
There are certainly people who
I don't
believe
watch this whole
friend of the
thing.
show, Tim Pool, what the fuck?
80% of all
I don't
wealth
have
should be
enough
controlled by
there
the
for
state or
Mullen,
something like that. And you still have the right to make and earn money. I do think there are many people that are making excuses for Hasan, however. And I think it's really simple. I don't believe that Hasan is ideologically 100% like authoritarian socialist. I think he's just very far left. I'm not saying that to be disparaging. I think he still obviously believes in personal wealth and success. And
I hate that Tim Pool has a better perspective on this than like some of the fucking weirdos on fucking left Twitter and literally nearly every single right winger. Like now I'm thinking, wow, maybe I am in the wrong here. You know what I mean?
Hard work, and that's a good thing. But there is a big conundrum that I run into when it comes.
What the fuck? Wait, okay. So after watching just a little bit of that, it seems like our interpretation of Hasan based on this video is that he's not like a super far left socialist, like communist individual. But the fact that like he made this like joking criticism about Tim Pool, apparently Tim Pool is like accurately conveying Hasan's whatever. You get my point. I feel like I'm not using words today. Tim Pool is like accurately summarizing who Hasan is, and then Hasan's like, oh, if he's getting me right, maybe I don't like that. And it's like, bro, this is why people think you're a fucking far left communist, because you pander to those kids. You pander to the communist kids. And you tell them what they want to hear all the time. When somebody brings up like something reasonable, like, hey, we should implement universal basic income, you're like, no, fuck that, because it will replace welfare. It's like, it is welfare. What do you mean? It's going to replace current welfare for a better welfare. Or when people are like, yeah, I don't like defund the police, I think reform the police is better. It's like, no, fuck you. Like, that's probably why you're getting so much shit. So, you're upset that you're getting canceled for buying an expensive house, which still is, I really do think, it is a bit hypocritical. I just don't care. You're getting canceled for buying a house because that's the audience that you've decided to acquire through like really just kind of pandering and fucking like bullshitting your way through it. You pander to dumb socialist and communist kids. Of course, they're gonna cancel you for going against what their beliefs are. So you may not have like the communist mentality, though you kind of do a little bit. But like you're certainly pretending to for attention. That's life. That's what happens. I'm not watching 2 hours of this stuff.
Just subscribe.
Thank you so much, The Unhead, for the sub. This is like a bad picture of Hasan, I feel like. Looks like he's just tired.